Hi, my name's Xtine. I've challenged myself to cook something different every day for 30 days. Today is day 18. Can you believe it? And I'm going to make a delicious coffee and cream pie. I think this one's really gonna knock your socks off. I'm gonna be honest. Brace yourselves. I used to very much enjoy eating this pie when I would work a late night shift at Petey's Pie Company here in New York City. And I'm going to be making this pie based on the recipe that's in the Pie for Everyone cookbook. When I worked at Petey's, I actually helped co-write the book proposal for this cookbook. Look for my name in the acknowledgements. In the interest of being as efficient as possible, I've already baked the bottom crust that we're going to make our coffee and cream pie in. I have a video where I make a pie crust if you want to watch that and learn how to make it. Otherwise, use any pie crust you like, even though this one's really good, so you should probably watch the video. I'm going to stop moving it around now because it's fragile. I just cracked it. This pie has a base layer of a coffee pudding, and then we're going to dollop coffee whipped cream on top. If you like tiramisu, I think you'll really like this pie. Think creamy coffee dessert, but not too rich. Let's get started making the coffee pudding base. We're going to mix everything for the coffee pudding in this one medium saucepan. First, 2/3 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3/4 teaspoon instant espresso powder, and 1/8 teaspoon salt. Give that a whisk to combine, and marvel at the dust cloud that forms over your pan. Next, add 2 egg yolks and 1 whole egg, and whisk together to form this bright yellow paste. The instant espresso will dissolve in a little bit, so don't worry about that right now. Now we're going to measure out 2/3 a cup of heavy cream and whisk it in. Make sure it gets fully incorporated. And then whole milk, another 2/3 a cup of this. Pour it into the pot, whisking to combine as you pour. I probably should have done that with the heavy cream too, but I didn't, and I think it'll be fine. Turn the heat on, set it to medium, and let the mixture heat up, whisking constantly. The pudding mix will start to froth first and then slowly thicken up, turning a nice light shade of brown as the espresso powder dissolves. Once it starts to thicken up, switch to a spatula and make sure to scrape down the sides so nothing burns. Once it's nice and thick, remove it from the heat and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir that in with your spatula until the pudding is nice and smooth. Now we're getting somewhere. It's time to put the pudding in the pie crust. Use the spatula to glob it in there and congratulate yourself on making a pudding with a very satisfying texture. Make sure not to leave any in the pot. Then spread it into an even layer on the bottom of the pie crust, leaving about 1/2 inch of the pie crust exposed on the outer edges. Gorgeous. We're gonna let this set up in the fridge for at least an hour, and then we'll do the whipped topping. Things are getting serious. For the coffee-flavored whipped topping, mix together 1/3 cup powdered sugar, 3/4 teaspoon instant espresso powder, and a pinch of salt. Whisk these dry ingredients together first, using a stand mixer or a handheld one, whatever you have. Once they're well combined, start pouring in 1.5 cups of heavy cream, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Crank the speed up all the way to high and let that shit turn into whipped cream right before your eyes. Magic! Now it's time to wrestle it into your pastry bag. Oh, that might have been too much. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Moderate success. And finally, it's time for the really fun part. Use a pastry bag to pipe dollops of the whipped cream onto the pie. Start at the outside and work your way in. Stay calm and follow your heart. You got this. Mission accomplished. Lastly, lightly dust with a little bit of cinnamon. This went on a little chunkier in a couple spots than I was hoping for, but let's not dwell on it. Okay, and we're done. I needed to get the pie in the fridge because it was literally melting. And we need to let it set up for another 2 hours at least before serving. I'm not going to cut into it tonight because I'm going to serve it at a very low-key barbecue in my backyard tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a chance to cut into it in the morning and show you what the cross section looks like, but maybe I won't. And if not, you know, we always had the memories of putting it together. Okay, actually, you know what? I came up with a plan. If you watch tomorrow's video, I'll show you what the inside of the pie looks like, because by then I will have cut into it and I can insert that footage into tomorrow's video. So if you care enough to see what the cross section of the pie looks like, and I do feel as though it will be impressive, then look for it in tomorrow's video. Okay, bye. I'm really tired today. There was a gas leak on our street in the middle of the night and we had to get up and let some men into the apartment so they could make sure the gas wasn't coming from our apartment. It was a whole thing. I'm struggling, but this pie, it's not gonna show.